Hello everyone. It's end of February 2024. Tomorrow is the 1st of March. It was a year of dating and it was a year to spend more time with God. And I thought if I was to, and if I am to have anyone in my life, I first better have that great foundations relationship with the Lord before anyone else enters my life. So let me tell you what I've done and why I have done it. Why I've done it in January 2023, I very strongly felt like God started prompting that in my heart, Priscilla, take a year off. And believe me, at first I was not really keen on doing a year off. There was relationships going on which I did not feel like finishing. Although there was loads of going on, lots of unclear situations as well, which actually made me feel like, you know what, I am probably not ready to be going into a relationship. So I decided to be obedient. I decided to follow what I felt very strongly in my heart, and it was confirmed a few times. Things I felt and had was like, Priscilla, you have never taken a year off. Since you started dating and interested in men since you were 17 and you're now 27, you have not taken a year off. And I thought, okay, 20 years. For 20 years, I have not taken. There was not a year in my life for 20 years that when I would say I'm a single woman. There was always someone interested in me or I was interested in somebody else. And so that has never happened. I left my parents' house at 20, came to London, and got married 2 years later. Whew. That started telling me that yes, I probably, and I very much do need a time off on by myself, time to get to know myself. A little late, but better later than never, right? Everything else needed to go on a side. Now we are at the end of this year. Today is the last day. And so let's talk about what I've done. Thing number one is that have I actually stuck to my year of not dating? No. I have gone on dates. I have gone on a couple of dates with a couple of people. And I knew those dates are not going to go far. And that's exactly what happened. None of those dates have gone past 2 dates. So, yeah, that's just what it was supposed to be. Because it was not supposed to be. So it never went further. But I do want to point out some of the things I've done and maybe some of the things that you should do if you are coming out of divorce and you are coming out of a relationship. And it does not need to be a year like I have done. It might be shorter, might be longer. I don't know. I know of people who always do 2 years, right? And that works for them. And then I want to share what's coming up next. Why? Why have I done it? And what have I learned? Oh, I very much felt like I don't need much healing. I don't need to recover. There may not be much self-reflection. Because I have done therapy since 2020, I thought I know it all. Well, I was very much mistaken, because when I've actually left and my ex-husband and I separated and started living separately since April 2022, there was a lot of things that I have not seen. And even though I was doing therapy, there was a lot of things that I have not seen while we were still living under one roof. And there was a lot of things that I needed to go and work through and see from a very different now perspective of not being under one roof, but not being influenced by that other person under one roof in the same household. I was by myself. I was by myself, and it's an amazing opportunity for any one of us to discover who are we really. Self-reflect and find yourself again of who you really are, because divorce and a breakup, a relationship, will cause you to lose part of yourself. And that's the time to heal from it. That's the time to go back, reflect of what happened. Who am I really? Am I actually showing up as that person who I am? Am I fully myself? Or have I done stuff in this relationship that it's not fully me? Have I like stepped back and I was like, oh, I used to like doing these things, but I'm not doing, I stopped doing them because I was with this person. Or maybe you were doing particular things because you were with that person, but you actually haven't felt like it's fully you. That's the time to go and do it. And guys, I can't say probably enough of how beneficial that was in that area for me to find who am I really, and also who, you know, when you know who you fully are and you reflect back, it gives you a perspective of who you actually want to be with, who you actually can see yourself being with and do life with, right? I've never done it before. And it's eye-opening. It's eye-opening because for the first time you get to spend so much more time with yourself, as well as spending more time with God. The more time you spend with God, the more you get to know yourself, the more confidence you get as well, because divorce and breakup of any relationship will have an effect on your self-confidence. I come from a Christian home. I'm oldest pastor's daughter. I grew up in church. I literally grew up in church from day one. I was in church when I decided to get divorced. Now, believe me, sometimes in church, I'm not sure about anybody else's church. I love the support that I have received in my church, but I know not every church is the same. And I could feel the judgment of other people, Christians, who I knew from the past, of how they felt, the energy me showing me when I decided to get divorced. Believe me, it wasn't nice. But at the end of the day, this is my life. This is my life. This is my decision. I was with that person, not them. With that better decision making, with that getting to know yourself better, and with getting all that confidence back. You know what? I've met with a friend in January, and I was very vulnerable. I was very honest with this guy of like, you know, who I want, what do I want, what I want in a relationship. And he was like, wow, Priscilla, not a lot of people know it. Not a lot of people can share it so openly. And I was like, you know what? Last year, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you these things because I didn't know them. I did not know it. I did not know, and I could not, with confidence, stand in front of a man and tell them, this is what I want. This is the type of man I want to be with. This is the type of relationship I want. This is what I deserve. And these are my priorities, and I'm not settling for anything less. Another thing is just enjoying a single life. There is something about single life, and when single people tell me, they're like, oh, I'm tired of being single, I really want to be with somebody. I'm like, wow, like, I know everyone is different and everybody's journey is different, and I know I have children, and other people are like, oh, but I still want to have kids and all this and that, and this is my age. And but honestly, guys, just I so enjoyed, and I'm so enjoying being a single woman. Like, gosh, there is so much to do. There's places to go, there's things to see, there's trips to go on, there's people to get to know, like, there are friends to make, you know, without any hidden agendas. And it's like, it's wow, like, it's great, it's amazing, actually. One of the things that I have done, it was a single life workshop. So if you come across single life workshop in your church or anywhere, I would highly recommend doing this course now. from, you know, being single and then married for 13 years and divorced, I was like, all these things were not just hitting my head, they were going straight to my heart. And I, like, genuinely, when I was listening to it, I was like, I don't know it just off of my head, I know it from my heart, and I've experienced that in my life. So I would highly, highly recommend, if you can do any single life workshop, any single life course or anything like this, I would highly recommend you go ahead and do it. And it's a great opportunity to make friends as well. Another and probably last thing that I'm going to add to this list right now is to avoid rebound. And I may be talking about this a little bit more in other videos, but it's something I have not done. I separated with my ex-husband in September 2021. We started living separately in April 2022. And that's one of the things that I have done. And believe me, that year that I have taken also included me then healing from that rebound. And all this experience, all the relationships that I had, which actually were, in a way, I can't say if those experiences and if what I have done, I can't say it was beneficial. I needed to heal from it, but then also I've learned from it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what's amazing about God's grace. We will go off path. We'll make wrong decisions, but there's always lessons in it. Like, God will not always just leave us there and judge us and guilt trip us. He will teach us from even our bad decisions that we have made. And so I have taken that year as well to heal from everything that happened in those 8 months. So what next? What is next? Now, guys, if you were to ask me this question last month, I would be probably like, yes, I'm just gonna go and date people. I'm gonna go on dates. But you know what? Right now, I don't actually feel like that. I very much try to avoid and try to excuse myself from was living your purpose before you meet anyone. Focus on the things that you want to do in life. And I was always like, you know, I'm a mom of 4. That's already a full-time job. Is there more? Yes, there is. And yes, there is a lot more for me to do than just having children. And so I feel like this next season is for me to go and do just that. Yes, still be a mom. I'm never going to stop being a mom. But it does not mean that I don't have other things and jobs and roles and plans and goals and visions for my life. And that does not mean that God doesn't have them. Actually, God started showing me that for a long time. But I feel like now it's the time to do it. Now it's time to go and go for what I want. Live that vision. Work hard. Work on myself. Work on the things that I always wanted to do. So here I am. I'm going to focusing just on that. Am I not gonna date? Yes, but that's not gonna be my main thing. If I'm interested and I'm available, I'll go on a date. Okay, that does not mean I'm gonna be stuck at home every evening and I'm never gonna leave the house. Yes, I will. Yes, I will put myself out there. Yes, I will still go outside and I'm still gonna go to the gym. I'm still gonna go to church. I'm still gonna do my activities. And I'm still going to go and pursue my goals and visions and dreams and goals and desires. But looking for a husband is not gonna be my job. If any one of you feels like taking a break after a relationship or divorce, here is your sign. Take it. Take it. It's healing, it's beneficial, and you will reap a massive, massive reward at the end of the year or at the end of that period of time you've set yourself. Set yourself a goal, stick to it, and do it. I hope this video was beneficial, and I'll meet you at the next one. Bye.